I've made over $244,000 just working on the platform Fiverr, and I've done it while only having a handful of gigs, as you can see if you just look at my profile. So in today's video, I'm going to show you the exact framework that I've used so you can literally just copy me and start making money today. And the best part about this is basically anyone with any skill set can replicate this. Why? Well, because this business model requires basically no experience, it requires basically no startup capital, and that means it's probably the single most accessible business model that is available to you today, unlike e-com or Amazon FBA or any of these other business models that all these gurus bang on about. And before we begin, guys, the only reason why I'm able to make over $244,000 is because in doing so, I'm leveraging one of the fastest growing industries of this entire decade. It's an industry that's been around since the beginning of time in some way, shape, or form, and we'll get into that in just a second. If you want to work with me one-on-one, you can just click on the link below the video and apply to see if you qualify, but let's get right into this. So, what's the stupid simple framework that I've used in order to make this much money with just a few gigs? Well, I'm literally just posting high quality service offerings on this very platform you can check out right now with my basic profile. As you can see, these gigs right here are literally just getting orders consistently. And then all I'm doing is converting people from these gig views to pay me for the services that are based around the simple skills that I have. It's the same thing that a bunch of freelancers are doing to go from literally not even having a Fiverr account or any gigs to making this kind of money in less than a few months. And it's not an extremely complicated process. So I'm just going to teach you how to implement all three of these steps. But before we get into that, you need to understand the industry that we're playing in. We are making money by taking advantage of the gig economy space. And what you need to understand is that people are already making insane money just posting their services online. But this industry is projected to reach over $2.1 trillion in the next 10 years. So we are still early to what I would consider the biggest opportunity of our lifetime. If you're wondering how big, right now about 1 out of 3 people are already part of the gig economy, whether it's a side hustle to supplement their current job or they've made it their full-time income. The global gig economy is valued at around $585 billion today, and it's projected to over $2.1 trillion by 2034. The same kind of freelance services that I'm going to teach you to offer in this video. And the only reason this works is because platforms like Fiverr understand what I'm about to show you. How to build trust with clients by showcasing simple, valuable services. They're just doing it at the highest level. Now, guys, I've been in the gig economy for a few years now, and in that time, I've generated over $244,000 profit for myself just from my Fiverr gigs. Here's an example from when I started expanding beyond just voice work. I added spokesperson videos and video editing services over the course of a few months, promoting these new gigs I had created. I went from being stuck at maybe a few $100s per month for almost over a year, as you can literally see, where I started diversifying my services to consistently making thousands per month. Literally by adding just a couple more service offerings and positioning them correctly on the platform. So I think it's safe to say that I vaguely know what I'm doing when it comes to making money in the gig economy and particularly in the Fiverr space. But the question is, why is Fiverr the platform of choice if you want to make money online? And why is now the single best and most profitable time to get into the gig economy, even if you don't have any idea what you're going to offer? Well, it all comes down to the fact that this entire industry is built on one core pillar, which is trust. In order for people to hire you for their projects, they need to trust you. And Fiverr is simply the ultimate trust building machine. It's truthfully not even close, but you don't have to take it from me. You can take it from one of the biggest and most profitable platforms of all time, Fiverr itself. You see, Fiverr is something we could call the review and portfolio rule. And the core tenet of the system says that if you can get somebody to see enough positive reviews and quality portfolio samples from your work, the likelihood they hire you no matter what service you're offering increases by a massive factor. So ask yourself the question when it comes to building your freelance business online, because if you're watching this video, I'm assuming you don't want to waste a bunch of money on paid advertising, right? So simply ask yourself the question, what do you think is the most effective way to showcase your work and build trust with potential clients? Do you think it's social media with quick posts that disappear? Do you think it's cold outreach that gets ignored? Or do you think it's Fiverr, where you can easily showcase detailed portfolios, collect authentic reviews, and have clients come directly to you through the platform search system? It's Fiverr, obviously. And if you win on Fiverr at the highest level, here's what it looks like. Let me tell you about someone in the voiceover space. This freelancer had one of the top-ranking professional voiceover gigs on Fiverr. It was getting consistent orders month after month, and guys, this gig alone was making them between $5,000 and $15,000 per month off of one well-optimized Fiverr listing for almost 2 years after posting it. And by the way, guys, they didn't have to create some crazy complex order in order to do that. All they were doing was offering high-quality voiceover services with clear samples, professional descriptions, and consistent delivery. Now, I'm not suggesting that you need to become the #1 gig in your category immediately, but what I'm suggesting to you is that if you optimize your Fiverr presence at a high level, the amount of money that it can make you versus any other freelance opportunity just isn't even close. And I promise you, if that weren't the case, I wouldn't be sitting down talking to you about this platform right now. Now, that's all cool and all, but we should also talk about why now is actually the single best time to get into the industry, right? And that's because there is a massive shift happening in how businesses operate. For the last 50 years, business has been dominated by full-time employees, hiring everyone in-house. And the standard approach was getting people to work 40 plus hours a week in an office that companies pay massive overhead for. This is no longer the most efficient way, and I'm about to tell you statistics that back that up. Now, I'm not saying all traditional employment is going away, right? Hell, I actually started doing Fiverr as a side hustle while working a regular job. I thought I was going to stick with traditional employment forever, and then I realized that I was limiting my earning potential. I could make way more money leveraging my skills directly through freelance platforms. So I'm not saying that all traditional jobs are obsolete, but what I am saying is that hiring full-time employees for every specialized task is no longer necessary for businesses to succeed. And for the first time, companies are beginning to realize that, right? But they still need their services done. So where do they turn for specialized work? Can you guess? Well, here's the thing. In the last few years, freelance hiring has exploded. Businesses are realizing that they can get better results, faster turnaround times, and lower costs by hiring specialists on demand rather than maintaining full-time staff for every function. And most importantly, the global gig economy has grown from $585 billion to being projected at over $2.1 trillion by 2034. Companies know that freelancers often deliver higher quality work because they specialize in exactly what the business needs. And at the same time, platforms like Fiverr have made it incredibly easy for businesses to find, hire, and work with freelancers from around the world. This industry is only getting bigger, guys, which is why someone with the right skills can build a substantial freelance business. So what does that mean for you? Well, it means that right now is literally the single best time in history to get involved in this space. And I'm going to show you how easy it is right now. The first step is literally just creating quality gigs on Fiverr. And that might sound annoying. Oh, you're going to tell me just post gigs. And that might seem daunting to a lot of you also, but it shouldn't be, because our goal, as I'll show you here, is not to become the #1 freelancer in your category immediately, although it's certainly possible over time. But if our goal is to make money, we don't need to do that right away. And sometimes we actually don't even need hundreds of orders because, as I've said, there are freelancers making way more dollars than they have total reviews. Like this freelancer I know who we helped optimize their gig, who has less than 50 reviews, who's getting consistent high-value orders and making thousands of dollars per month very regularly on services, by the way, that they just built by taking skills they already had and packaging them into marketable Fiverr offerings. They're attracting clients by posting clear professional gig listings that are literally just well-written descriptions with good portfolio samples like the ones that I'm going to show you how to create. Or like another freelancer who started a brand new Fiverr account from scratch, literally just started posting basic gig offerings, video services, social media content creation, etc., and charging clients significant money to deliver professional results for them. Again, another example of taking existing skills, turning them into profitable services. And this freelancer, in their very first few months on this platform, was able to generate thousands in profit just posting these gigs. So it's not like I'm revealing some secret information or something. The point is, you can actually get quality orders on Fiverr by posting professional service offerings that anyone with skills can create. You can make serious money in 2025, into 2026 and beyond. I actually think this is probably the single best freelance opportunity that exists right now. And it's because our goal is to get quality orders and then have the ability to convert those clients into repeat customers and bigger projects, into people that want to give us more and more money over time. Now, the reason why Fiverr is the single best place to do that is because, contrary to what some people think, most businesses aren't just browsing Fiverr for the cheapest possible services. As a matter of fact, Fiverr is a professional destination for businesses looking for quality specialists. Studies show that businesses using platforms like Fiverr are specifically looking for expertise, reliability, and professional results. And successful Fiverr freelancers understand that businesses will pay premium prices for services that solve real problems and deliver measurable results. I mean, just think about it. If a business needs a professional voiceover for their commercial or a spokesperson for their website, or high-quality video editing for their marketing content, they're going to Fiverr, and they're searching for specialists because Fiverr has become one of the most trusted platforms for finding freelance talent. And even better yet, businesses trust Fiverr freelancers more than random people they might just find through other channels. So Fiverr freelancers are actually positioned as professional service providers, and they're the most trusted type of freelancer for businesses looking for specialized work. And the reason why this is also important is because trust is the single number one factor you need in order to get somebody to hire you for significant projects. Because of my Fiverr profile, I get inquiries every single day with clients that want to hire me immediately just based on my gig descriptions and portfolio samples because they trust the platform and my track record. So all you have to do to get people to trust you like this is create gig listings that clearly demonstrate your expertise around the thing that you know better than most, right? In my case, I started with voiceover because I had a decent voice and could deliver professional recordings, but it's not limited to just creative services like this. For example, I know freelancers who are really good at data entry and analysis. What do? They create gig offerings to organize spreadsheets, clean up databases, and create professional reports. They charge businesses hundreds of dollars for work that takes them just a few hours because they're efficient at it. Effectively, any skill that you guys have is monetizable through Fiverr if you package it correctly. And these gigs are inherently simple and easy to create as long as you have a skill to offer. But a lot of you watching this video have a skill but do not have a clear service offering, i.e., you don't have something packaged to actually charge people based on that skill. The very question you need to ask yourself when it comes to constructing a service offering around your skill is very simple. If someone asked you, "Can I give you $500 to use your skill to solve a specific problem for me?" What would you do? What would you deliver? How would you show them results? Well, it'd probably be pretty simple. One, you'd probably deliver the core service, whether that's a voiceover recording, a video edit piece, written content, or whatever your skill produces. Two, you'd probably include some revision or adjustments to make sure they're completely satisfied. Three, you'd probably deliver it in a professional format that's ready for them to use immediately. And then four, you might throw in a few bonus elements to over-deliver. For voiceover work, I include different tone options and fast turnaround. For video editing, I might include background music selection and color correction. And you can get creative about this. But at the end of the day, most of you are overthinking your service offerings. But to be honest, and some of you are going to disagree with me on this, you don't even have to really have everything perfectly mapped out in order to start selling something online through Fiverr. The truth is, you can create a basic gig offering your skill, deliver great work to your first few clients, and learn exactly what they value the most. And from there, you can then refine and expand your service packages. So, for example, when I first started on Fiverr offering voiceover services, I had a very basic setup. I had a decent microphone, and I was literally just recording my voiceovers in my home office with some basic sound treatment. I was offering simple packages, basic voiceover, premium voiceover with revisions, and rush delivery options. Then, after working with clients for a while, I realized there were additional services that they constantly needed. So I expanded into spokesperson videos, where I appear on camera, and eventually video editing services so I could offer complete video solutions. What did I do? Well, I learned what my clients valued most from working with them directly, and I built those insights into expanded service offerings. I started including professional lighting setups for my spokesperson videos. I learned that clients often need quick turnaround, so I created express delivery options. I realized that many of my clients wanted complete video solutions, so I started offering packages that included scripting, recording, and editing all in one. And all of a sudden, I had service offerings that I could charge significantly more for, and literally more clients wanted to hire me than I could handle. All because I started with basic gigs and evolved based on real client feedback. And then when it comes to how I'm actually converting clients to hire me for these services, well, guys, if you go look at successful Fiverr gigs, it's actually quite simple. They just include clear value propositions in their gig descriptions and professional portfolio samples that demonstrate quality. It is literally about showcasing your work effectively and communicating clearly what clients will receive. If you go look at top performing gigs in any category, you will literally see they clearly explain what's included, show professional samples, and make it easy for clients to understand exactly what they're buying. They're getting the client's requirements through Fiverr's messaging system. They're collecting project details and specifications. They're asking about deadlines, style preferences, and any specific requirements, and they just gather the information that they need so that they can deliver exactly what the client wants. By the way, guys, you don't need to hire some big team to get started. If you have existing skills and want to expand your offerings, great. It's even easier. So if you want to start building your own Fiverr business, you will literally be able to begin with skills you already have and grow from there. Creating service offerings isn't rocket science. Converting inquiries into sales isn't rocket science. What can be challenging, though, is creating gigs that actually attract the right clients and stand out in a crowded marketplace. Now, Fiverr used to work where if you just posted any gig, you might get some visibility. But the way that Fiverr works now is much more sophisticated, where the platform actively promotes gigs that perform well and matches what clients are searching for. This is actually great news for quality freelancers. Now, search volume might vary by category, but ideally, we want to see consistent demand and the ability to differentiate our offering. So let me try something else, maybe video editing. I can see even more gigs at higher price points, which suggests this is a category with strong demand and good earning potential. The point is, in order to take advantage of Fiverr's search system, you have to understand, like I said earlier, optimization. And optimization just very simply means creating gigs that match what clients are actually searching for and clearly communicate your unique value, i.e., what percentage of people who see your gig actually decide to hire you. And second of all, client satisfaction, i.e., once they hire you, how likely are they to leave positive reviews and hire you again? We have to optimize these two things, okay? So our job is not only to make our gigs attractive when clients see them in search results, but also to deliver such good work that those clients become repeat customers and refer us to others. And that means that we have to use very specific strategies to create gig presentations that attract ideal clients and service delivery that exceeds their expectations. Let me show you some examples. Here's a great gig from the spokesperson video category. The title clearly states what's included, the description explains the process and what clients can expect, and the sample shows professional quality work. This gig consistently gets orders because it checks all the boxes for what clients want. Is it clear? Yes, clients know exactly what they're getting. Is it differentiated? Yes, it highlights specific benefits that set it apart. Does it communicate value? Absolutely. It shows how the service will benefit the client's business. As you can see, the samples are professional and demonstrate the quality level clients can expect. This is what successful Fiverr gigs look like. They make it easy for clients to understand the value and feel confident about placing an order. Now, I have nothing against other approaches, but let me show you what less effective gigs look like. Generic titles that don't clearly communicate what's included, vague descriptions that don't explain the process or benefits, low quality samples that don't demonstrate professional capabilities. These gigs struggle to get orders because they don't give clients confidence that they'll receive professional results. The title might say something generic like, "I will do voiceover work," without specifying what type, quality level, or what's included. The description might be brief and not explain the process, turnaround time, or what makes this service valuable. And the samples might not showcase the freelancer's best work or demonstrate the range of what they can deliver. This approach makes it hard for clients to understand the value proposition and feel confident about hiring this freelancer over others who present their services more professionally. The gig presentation should be comprehensive and professional. A lot of people don't understand this. So here's an example from a successful freelancer in the video editing space. This gig clearly outlines what's included at each service level, shows before and after samples of their work, and explains their process and turnaround times. Why is this effective when trying to attract clients? Well, it removes uncertainty by clearly showing what clients will receive, demonstrates quality through professional samples, and builds confidence by explaining the process and timeline. Now, I'm curious to see their work because they've made it easy for me to understand exactly what I'm getting and why I should choose them over other options. This research and optimization approach is literally what successful freelancers across all categories are using. For example, if we look at top performers in the writing category, they're using similar principles, clear value propositions, professional samples, and comprehensive service descriptions. The same strategies work across different skill sets because they address fundamental client needs: clarity about what they're buying, confidence in the freelancer's capabilities, and assurance that they'll receive professional results. So this is the approach you want to be taking. Whether your skill is creative, technical, or business focused, these principles of clear communication and professional presentation will help your gigs stand out and attract quality clients. The point I'm trying to make, guys, is mastering these fundamentals is the difference between joining successful freelancers who earn thousands per month on Fiverr and getting lost in the crowd of generic gigs that struggle to get orders. I've been building my Fiverr business for several years now, generating over $244,000, and I can tell you that focusing on these core principles of professional presentation and clear value communication is what separates successful freelancers from those who struggle. The difference between building a sustainable freelance business and posting gigs that never get traction. So, just know, you guys, most freelancers on Fiverr never build significant income because they don't understand these fundamental principles of positioning and presentation. But if you can master this approach, you can literally have access to a global marketplace of business looking for exactly the skills you can provide. And the income potential is substantial for freelancers who understand how to position their services professionally. And again, even if you don't have extensive experience yet, if you can just figure out what your marketable skill is and present it professionally, you can start building an income through Fiverr. Whether you're completely new to freelancing and don't have any gigs yet, whether you have existing skills but haven't monetized them online, or whether you've tried freelancing but didn't get the results you want, wherever you are, guys, I can help you identify your most marketable skills, create compelling gig presentations, and develop a strategy for building sustainable income through Fiverr. If that sounds valuable to you, if you want to build your own profitable freelance business through this platform, there's a call booking link in the description below this video. It's going to be me that you're talking to. I don't have a sales team. I'll learn about your skills and situation. I'll give you honest feedback about your opportunities on Fiverr, and I'll help you create a successful business plan. So I hope you found this video valuable. Be sure to like and subscribe if so. And until next time, peace.